There are more homeless kids on the streets of Central America than there are in the state of New Jersey. In the 1990s, I was visiting the country of Honduras with representative of Latin America, Jose Rubio. We had stopped on the way at a little cafe. We were eating outside, and I noticed a group of kids gathering, watching us as we ate. I asked Reverend Jose Rubio, who are these kids? Why are they watching us? That was my first introduction to what we call street kids or homeless kids in Central America. I thought about it all night. And the next day, I asked Jose, what can we do to help? And from that, we inquired about some property. So we received the property at the present location.
So I've always had a tender heart for the seniors. I grew up in related living where Grandma and Grandpa lived under the same roof as I did. And so I had a real special relationship with my grandparents. And I spent a couple of months just in prayer, like, what is it that God wants for me to do with my life? And Hands for Life was given to me. And what Hands for Life is an organization where we care for the elderly in places where there's nobody and no one to care for them. So in my research, when I was looking what my calling was, I found that the statistics did support the fact that, yeah, somebody needs to pay attention to this population. And we know that most missionary organizations care for children, or they focus on clean water or on hunger. But I cannot find any missionary organization whose primary focus is on seniors. So Hands for Life was born, and it started out pretty small, and it was just taking care of the elderly, building assisted living. But God, in His tricky ways, He just kept growing and growing and growing my vision. So where we're at right now in this vision that God has gave me is that we not only physically house the seniors that have no one or nothing, the adult orphans per se, but we build next to an orphanage. And that way, the seniors can impart their wisdom on the children, and then the children can learn that forgotten commandment of honoring their elders.
So in March of 2021, our Hands for Life I felt the Lord move so undeniably than when I was on this property site. I can just see it and I feel it in my heart that God is moving and He is moving big time. I just imagine these children waking up and they are running outside as kids do, ready to play, ready to tackle the world. And they go and share a meal with the seniors and they're all sitting together. Just imagine that. All at a table together, just like a family would, sharing a meal, sharing in conversation, sharing in laughter, and then going about their day, whether the kids go down to the soccer field and they're kicking the ball back and forth, and the seniors are just sitting in these rocking chairs or at the pavilion, and they're getting to see the kids just be kids, but just allowing for the children to get to spend time with those that are older than them in a nurturing community and in an environment where they get to learn a trade that they wouldn't otherwise have, or they get to just be witness to the wisdom that these seniors so desire to share.
Brother Billy was given a vision from God many years ago that included a village of an orphanage, a church, and a school. I feel incredibly humbled and honored to come alongside and partner with him in making this village a multi-generational community.
We envision a model of the Father's house where there are no orphans, where children get to grow up and the seniors get to grow young.
As you have already heard, for over 25 years, the Congregational Holiness Church has been working to fulfill the words of James, that religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look after orphans and widows in their distress and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. Because God has blessed us, children have been fed, clothed, discipled, and loved. One young man who grew up in the orphanage will soon be traveling to Peru as a missionary, and there are other success stories that can be told from our efforts in Honduras. And right now, we have an opportunity greater than ever before by partnering with Hands for Life to do even more for not only the children on the streets of Honduras, but also the senior adults. So I pray that you will consider helping us by financially supporting this project so we can make an even greater impact, help more people, and change more lives for the glory of God than ever before. Together, we can make a difference.